Let's see if you're invited on here.
You might have.
I really hope I didn't forget you all. Because I want to be able to look at you and be like, fuck you, it's your fault. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
Bitch. I don't know.
I'll leave that. No, I gotta leave that I reset for Sunday and the guy fucking liked my socks that I wore when I came to measure.
Man.
Hey, what's that identification code that sends you to
Why?
You're just gonna tell us?
You ready? 02313-472. Let's see here. All right. You want to do that again? You want to try to do it? You want me to do it?
Yeah, if you could do it.
Or what do you want me to do?
Yeah.
You tell me what you want from me.
Let's do it.
The whole thing?
This whole explaining the, like I kind of took a note, like making the profit.
Oh, you're talking about when you're walking out?
Yeah.
I mean, so, again, the only difference is that if you have,
Oh man.
do you want this?
Yeah.
Dude, sorry.
I'll iron them out.
Alright.
Have to do that. Came back a little more.
Yeah,
stable
so
before.
here's the thing, man, this is what I don't like about the drop system. What I don't like about the drop system is that it makes you look like a piece of shit. Seriously.
If you don't explain it right.
If you don't explain it right. Right. So, now there's great sales guys that'll do 10 fucking drops. They're so good at their craft that it doesn't matter, right?
Yeah.
But then there's other sales guys that do one drop. They're so bad at it that they look like a piece of shit.
Asshole,
So
yeah.
it really is practice,
Customers
practice,
come.
practice, practice. Absolutely.
The guy told me I can sign today for 10% off, and then I explain how I explain it, and they're like, that makes a lot of sense.
Bam, right? Dude, I get it all the time. I've walked into a billion fucking customers' houses, sat down, they've been like, you're not even one of those guys that drops it today, are you? Because if you are, I'm not gonna do it. And I'm like, hey, I get it.
And they do
Can
it.
I talk to you about that for a minute though? Can I explain to you why? Please, just so you understand, because I don't, listen man, whether you buy it from me or not, I mean, don't get me wrong, I hope you buy it from me, I'd appreciate it. But whether you do or not, I don't like ever think that, you know, we're shady, or we're not. You know, back in the day, before I really understood this business, when I used to hear companies that did it, I thought the same way that you did, the exact same way, because I'm like, man, why would you just give me the better deal right off the gate?
Yeah.
I get it, but man, this is what you gotta understand. The chances of you signing with me the first time you meet me are so slim, and the chances of a sales guy coming in here after me and applying pressure a way that you might not even realize and signing with them and taking the job from me is so great that if we didn't try a little bit harder, we would lose. And we'd go out of business, and it's just the truth. So it's the ugly part of the business, it's a part of business that I really don't even like, but I decided a long time ago, instead of putting pressure on people, I'm gonna explain to them and really try to educate my customers so they understand why people do what they do. Does that make sense? So I want you to understand that if somebody comes in here, and it's not gonna just be that guy or whatever, but if they come in here and they go, hey, it's you know, it's 10,000 today, but you save $1,000 if you do it today. I'm sorry. It's only because there's so much cost involved, and there's so much fear of not being able to land that job that if we don't do that sale today, it's just like Art Van or when a Ford commercial goes on or anything else. It's that, you know. It's not just your roof, it's a whole organization. We have to set up these sales. We have to buy from our manufacturers, from our distributors, so we can save money where we can actually save.
Yeah.
And we can pass it on to you. If we wait, we lose all of that. We lose those connections, we lose everything.
Yeah.
So it's not just one little aspect that goes into it. There's many. Does that make sense? I know it's the ugly part of the business. I know you don't like it. David,
He wants me to go back.
I don't like it either, man. I really don't. But I'm here to tell you something. I'm gonna do the same thing today. I'm sorry, but hey, here's the good news for you, before you get too mad at me. The good news is, you already know my price is gonna be a little
That's
lower.
about, I know we had to push this off for a while,
Than the one.
because I wrote it back like
Yeah. This is me telling right on rip.
July.
I would've said all that shit right when I sat down and they asked me about it. Do you know why? He doesn't want to.
No, he
My
does.
first leads I ever ran, the guy's like,
This
guy fucking Zach, he called his manager,
The office
and I'm
hasn't-
like,
he hasn't called the office to reschedule.
Fuck you.
Appointment.
Okay, so what I just said to you and I know I can go on and on, right? But what I just said to you, I
know the
said,
job's
I
low.
was acting like I just got to somebody's house, and they're like, you're not gonna be one of those guys.
You're not
are
gonna
you?"
go back out there and
This
re-inspect
is me
it
trying
before
really
you run
hard to
this.
come across
If
as
there
light
is-
as I
if he's
possibly
gonna-
can,
basically
and
take
kind of
my
explain to
opinion.
him and
We
educate
can't
him
get
a little
in-
bit before I
you
even
just
start.
start with this.
So that instead of him being pissed when I ignore what he said,
Well, he-
and I just start doing the same
I was
thing,
literally
Yeah.
brain
maybe he'll go,
So I didn't have time
all
to
right,
write everything
the
down.
last guy didn't fucking explain
He
that.
said that.
Dude,
He said that we.
I guarantee, and I do
He
feel
would
like
be
you're gonna
calling
stick
out
around
for
for
help.
this, and I guarantee that if 6 months or a year goes by, and you become
He did call
better
it.
and better and better.
That's probably what it is,
I
yeah.
guarantee you're gonna deal with customers that you are gonna walk in and you're gonna hear them going, you better not, and in your head, you're not gonna never start thinking, man, whoever was here last just did a shitty sales presentation.
Yep.
That's all it is. I say it 1,000 times, I'll say it 1,000 times again. I hate spending money, but I love spending money with a good sales guy. I still do. Anybody that can make me feel better about what I'm doing while I'm doing it, I feel good about it. This is natural. It is. It doesn't matter who you talk to. I don't care if you're the brokest person in the world or the richest person in the world, man. If you've got a good, strong sales guy that really knows what they're doing, it makes you feel more comfortable. Ultimately, right? That's why I used to say all the time when I used to train here, I used to always say, if you don't close, be careful, because I'm coming in right after you. And I'm gonna fucking bury you, right? You know, I don't care, you can say, Levi, you're the most arrogant guy in the world. I don't care less. I don't give a fuck. I wanna make sure that when I go in there, I win, because if I don't, I can't pay the bills in this organization, right?
Yeah.
So that is my lifeline. And that's the same way it's gotta be for everybody in here in sales. It really is. That's why you'll watch some sales professionals and some people that are training, and they'll talk about, you're going to war, or Dave, you talk about the war rooms, right? It really is though. And it's like, you're playing a fucking game of cards, right? And you're doing it against your customer, a little old lady. Right? She's a badass poker player, man. No, I'm serious. And you know what the best card the little old lady's got is? She already fucking knows that Levi's a sucker for little old ladies. So she already knows she's already got a royal flush. And I know I can't bluff this bitch out. I can't, I can't get past it. I can't do it. My little lady's like, I'm like, I'll do it for free. I always do, man.
Yep.
I can't help it.
Yeah.
Hey, but you know what? Good. I meet my maker one day. I don't want to be like, I poke that old bitch in the eye. Like, no.
No.
But you know what? I'll use that too, what I just said. If I got a cool customer, if I'm sitting across from you, I like you, right? By nature, and I like Nick by nature. If I'm sitting across from my customer and I already know I got a good rapport, I've been there for an hour, we're bullshitting, everything's going good, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
Dude, if it's already, I can pull anything. So now I really can say to somebody, especially if it's an older woman or an older gentleman, without harming them, without saying the wrong thing, I can say, listen, I'm gonna give you the best deal I possibly can. List, 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 right? Now, I always write my list prices down. I don't give any discounts ever until after I got all my list out of the way. If my list is, 40, 50, 60, 70, big house, whatever, right? But if that's my list prices everywhere, man, I can use this in any fucking way that I want to. So if I've got an older couple in front of me that I like, and I really don't want to take advantage of them anyway, this is where I'm gonna go, guys, this is my list price. Listen, I wouldn't even. I make young lawyers pay this. That's how we make our money. I'm not gonna that to you. All right, and I say that shit.
That's the truth, though. You should.
And it's absolutely true. And you know what? I said it to that one I sold this week was an older woman, and I said that to her. I was like, I'm gonna hook you up, but I did hook her up, right? I still got her, but I didn't rape her, right? I just gave her a little kiss. No, seriously.
That's all I got.
Yeah, no, I'm being for real.
Well,
Listen, I could have. I had her at 2,000 more. I didn't want to poke her in the eye.
Yeah.
I didn't, man. She's fucking, no. I don't need to, right? It's bad business. But I still made money.
Sleep better at night doing that.
If you don't make money, you go out of business.
Of course.
It's the same thing. It's universal in sales. It is. I'm a salesman. You're a salesman. Both of you. It's the same shit. Dave's a salesman. I might be the owner, he might be the manager, you might be the salesman, but at the end of the day, we are all fucking salesmen.
Yeah.
Right? If I can't close this company good enough, I am fucking out of business. If Dave can't sell and close his sales team good enough, he's out of fucking business. And if you guys can't walk into your customers' houses and close those, they're out of business. If my canvassers can't knock on the door, it's all sales. It's universal. It's everywhere we go. So when you're breaking down anything, this is my whole point. You can use anything that you want to bring back for part of your close. It's not just a script. It's not just like, oh, 10% first off promotion. And I know Dave hates me for saying this, but I don't even give a fuck. Because the stuff that he's teaching you is great, it is. But it's not supposed to be, you're not supposed to be a robot at your closing either. You're supposed to use that as your steps for sure. But you've got to give them reasoning why you're doing what you're doing. And you've got to know that if you're going off that script, there's somewhere else you got to go that makes it more personal. Like I said, show them your heart. Don't be afraid of it, because that's what's going to connect you with somebody anyway.
For sure.
Anthony, that job that we were in here yesterday, we told him to take $3,000 off because Premier was going out, right? Dave said he heard this morning that the guy called Anthony up and said, Premier was lower, I want you to come to my Super Bowl party, I like you, and tell me why you were higher.
Really?
Really.
That's fucking
So
awesome.
Anthony's going to that fucking guy's Super Bowl party, whether he likes it or not, right?
Seriously?
Seriously, I swear to God, that's what happened, right, Dave?
Yep.
I was gonna call. I was
But
gonna
here's-
go in the chat today. I want to know what happened.
This is it's fantastic though, because this is a strong example of everything that we're talking about right now. Anthony really is a likable,
Yeah.
innocent,
Oh, 100%.
nice, caring. You know that guy's got a heart. I do. The second I met him, I'm like, man, this guy would. He's the guy you call at 3 in the morning, like, I got a flat tire, but I'll come help you. He's a fucking
Yeah,
good dude,
100%.
right? Most individuals in life, even shitty young ones, still sponge off of good individuals. But as we get older, we really do. People don't want to surround themselves with garbage. They want to surround themselves with good, right?
100%.
That's why I always tell people, you lay with dogs, you get fucking fleas. If you don't lay with dogs, you're not going to get fucking fleas.
Yeah.
So if you've got an old man over here, and he's like, oh, I'm a little higher, but I'm cute, and you know I'm not going to harm you, right? He is so non-threatening. That's like dealing with Michael Jackson. He ain't threatening,
Yeah.
right? So... But that's also why Anthony could become a fucking rock star too.
Yeah.
Anthony could,
He
it
could
could
sneak
far
the shit
surpass
out.
your numbers or anybody else in this room. He really could. I fucking know he could, because he's that innocent, right? I mean, he really is. Anthony's biggest problem is he's so fucking shy that every time he talks, his face goes purple. If he can get past that shit,
Yeah.
dude, he will be a fucking force to be reckoned with, because every person that he meets is going to automatically trust him. That's the
Oh,
truth.
yeah.
So us as sales guys, we all have these different things going for us, right? Some of us are born with it. We are. Nick was born with it. He was. He's a good salesman. I said to him the first day I met him, he's a great salesman. And Nick's got a lot of the same shit going for him that Anthony's got going. Younger, looks younger,
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah. He's a trustworthy guy. But we've all got our different strengths. So what we have to do as sales guys is figure out where our strengths are, use those 90% of the time, and the 10% that we are fucked up is what we have to work on harder and harder and harder to be the best. Right? Makes sense. So when you're doing that close, yes, use any fucking thing you can, man. I flip it back around all the time. Yeah, I mean, let's be real. When I was talking about that sliding scale, you know, here we make 100 grand. Here we make 0. Do you know how often we actually do jobs where we don't make any money at all? Sir, like I just told you, I know that I gave you 3 drops already, and I know that you don't like that tactic, and I don't like it either, man. I really don't. But the reality of it is here. This last price I'm giving you before I walk out, or the platinum that I'm giving to you for this price, we ain't making any money. But I tell you what I do get. My crew stays busy, which keeps them sharp. Your roof gets done for a discounted lower price, and I am now in your neighborhood. And what happens when I'm in your neighborhood? Your neighbors are going to know that I did a great job. It's like I already told you earlier, man, we are success. When we're going to come out here, we're going to do this thing the right way. It's done in one day. It's clean. It's thorough. I'm your sales guy. I take great pride in what I do. My company's a very prideful place, but I am a very prideful salesman. I'm going to be out here. I'm going to watch everything. It's going to be done the proper way. And I know I'm going to end up getting some of your neighbors' houses as well. And that's what every business wants. They want to grow, correct? So like I said, before I walk out, I know this is one last price, and I can't hold it for you. And you have to understand that there's just not any money in it for us. And it's not that it's all about rock solid, because it's not. It's about both of us. But this is me really telling you that, hey, if you don't take this deal today, then you're going to regret it, because just like that car that you once looked at and the sale was gone the next day, this is the exact same thing. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
I know you said earlier that you don't like people to do this, but it's how it works. Not to mention, sir, before I leave, if they're still shaking their head, no. Not to mention, before I leave, like I said, you're going to get a couple more bids. Are you really comparing apples to apples? I mean, do you understand if you're comparing apples to apples?
Then you go back to
If you want.
that.
But you can go back to any of it. And then the reason that I'm going to say apples to apples is this. I'm a platinum. The reason that we became platinum, Dave, just so you understand, is only for this. I don't give a fuck what we sell. I could care less. Dude, let's sell the most shit shingles out there. What's the worst shingle out there?
IKO.
IKO, man, let me tell you about IKO. IKO is the most underrated shingle in the industry, all right? I've been selling IKO for the last 3 years. I've never had a single problem with them. The stuff that you read online is complete bullshit. You know what happens when I get to put IKO on your roof? You get a real 50-year warranty. Let me tell you why. Give a fuck what you put in my hand. I'm gonna sell you anything that I want. And guess what? I've used that line at someone's kitchen table. I've sat there and told them how, hey, listen, man, any sales guy in the world can sell you anything. What'd you have? Let me guess, GAF, IKO, Certainty, cool. Can I, if you don't mind, if you guys got a minute, can I tell you how that went? Let me tell you how that went. Bam! And I throw that at them. But if I really have my customer, dude, I am fucking selling them and I'm closing them with my entire pitch doing this shit.
Yeah.
I'm still got my tablet out. I'm still rocking it. I'm still doing what I'm doing, or I'm at my close. But I'm adding my personality in now. I'm adding my stories in. I'm adding everything that I have to add into to tell these people, no, man, you can trust me. You are good here. Listen, you want me to tell you that IKO is the best thing ever? I will. No problem. I'm glad to do it. And you know what? You'll believe me. Watch. And I go. And then when I'm done, they laugh a little, and I go, but here, I'm also a fact guy. Dave, I say this all the time, bitches. I tell people constantly, I'm a fact guy. I'm a fact guy. Check my stats. Check my stats. Check my stats. I do it all the fucking time. Do you know why? People want to trust you, right? Now, a lot of people you're sitting with, they want to trust you, but they need you. They fucking need you to show them. They want you to. It's like anything else. It's like that girl, you broke her fucking heart, right? And she's like, David, I just don't trust you anymore. And you're like, well, come on, come on, come on. All she's really saying is when she's going, no, no. All she's really doing is going, can you just say the right fucking words so I can fuck you again? That's all it is. That's all it boils down to. It's the same exact thing. Say the right words, man.
Yeah.
Say the right fucking words. Right? And so yeah, it's what it's always going to come back down to is making sure that we connect properly with our customers, so that we can close that deal. I got track, but where were we at there for the closing part?
Last drop you got?
Oh, so anyway, yeah. My point is, when I'm in there, if I have to really get real with that customer, I will. If I have to explain to them the differences, I will. But I'm gonna go back to platinum now, after I give them that little whole pitch of craziness. And I'm like, here's the difference, guys. The difference is, I can show you facts, not just tell you. I can show you facts of how my guarantee and my warranty truly is better than everybody else's. I can prove it. Can anybody else that's came in your house prove it? No. They can tell you whatever they want to tell you, but they cannot prove it. So when I'm talking about warranties, just so you know too, and you can use this, when I talk about warranties to people, I tell them, listen guys, every architectural shingle that comes into your house is a 50-year warranty. Did you know that? Oh, just so you know.
Lifetime limited warranty.
Lifetime limited warranty. Do you know what a limited warranty means?
It's not even worth a piece of paper it's written on.
It means exactly what it says. It's limited. Okay? So, I'm going to explain to them right away that warranties don't mean shit. In fact, I use my pen. I use my pen a lot. I use my pen. Right? So I'm like, David, let's just pretend that I want to sell you this pen. Okay? Now, I only pay like 30 cents for this pen. However, I'm going to give you a lifetime warranty. Give me 20 bucks. You'll never have to replace this pen again. It's going to be for now. All right? Now, it's a crazy, ridiculous price, but you like a good warranty, so you go ahead and give me the $20 when you get this pen. Now, a year from now, when the ink does no longer work, the spring shoot out of it, you're furious. I know it's only $20, but you're mad, so you take this home and score it. What do you think's going to happen when we walk into the courtroom and you say, he sold me a lifetime warranty pen and it's already broken? I'll tell you what happens. The judge is going to laugh at you and kick us out because it's a pen. Pretty good, isn't it? Fucking good. It's one of my favorites. Anyway,
You changed the whole mood of.
fuck yeah, I did. But we're gonna bring it right back. Anyways, it's one of my favorite things to do. And then I actually say that's one of my favorite things to do because now I'm getting people excited. But anyway, I'm gonna go back. Yeah, you gotta go there. We're gonna take that one. Anyway, so let me go right back into the pen though, right? So after everybody gets done laughing, I go, well, here's the reality of it though, is that to protect not just people but corporations as well. When they started really understanding warranties and guarantees and everything else, and people started competing against each other, they were making warranties and guarantees that were no longer possible to achieve. Okay? Hence lifetime. So what happened? The government stepped in. Government stepped in and said, you can't do this. And lawyers stepped in. And they introduced a whole lot of small print. And all that small print really was and exit out of anything possible. So is it possible that I could say this is a 50-year warranty and that it could last 50 years? Sure, but it would have to go inside of a glass case with perfect humidity and never be touched by human hands again. And that's just not gonna happen. Now, if it did happen, I guess you'd get a new one, right? So when we're dealing with all of our competition that comes near my competition, there's only Certainty, GAF, whatever the case they are, I say all this stuff because I want to use other shingle manufacturers without putting them down. I'll get more later. But
Yeah, what
when
was
they
it
do all
for,
that,
Joe?
all they're really doing is saying, hey, I'm giving you the same fake warranty that everybody else is.
2675,
Okay.
and she's gonna put
There is a difference.
about $500 down.
I use all these things so that when I get down to my
Is that what it
close, I can remind them of what we spoke
Yeah,
about
that'll
earlier.
work. That'll work. I mean, normally
And
we
they're
do
like,
ask for
yeah,
half,
I'm like,
but,
don't you remember the
just bring it to
time?
me in the morning, so I'll initial.
Guys, it's
That's
the
fine.
same thing.
You know, it's a
That's
smaller
why I'm
job, it's
telling
not
you
like
that
it's a
yes,
huge roof or
it's
anything
funny
like
and I
that.
can
So,
say
yeah,
anything I
that's
want
fine.
because I'm a great salesman.
I'll approve it.
But it ain't about what I want.
Rock
it's about
solid
what's best for your
exteriors is
home.
fine.
Yeah.
You told me earlier you
Yep.
weren't going to move for 20 years, right?
All right, bud?
I want to
Yeah, I
give you
think
the
so.
platinum because I know it's worth it.
Okay.
And I'm already giving you a tremendous deal on that. That's why I want to make sure that you get that one.
The fucking rookie.
What'd I get?
$2,500 gutter job
Good.
for a fucking restaurant.
Now, if you were to tell me, in
Mr.
this,
McGill's.
I'm always going to sell them on the
McGill's,
platinum.
where's that?
I have to. I want.
$696 a million.
But
Oh, that's not bad.
the one right underneath the standard is just fine for me as well. I've got to be able to close you on the fucking platinum, and then after I know for sure that you cannot afford that money, and I know that you are not going to go to the platinum, I have to be able to make you feel the one that I gave you underneath it is as good as a platinum. So no matter what I said, right? And I know I've got you, but it's just about the money. This is when I get back on here and I go, you know what? I'm going to be honest with you. This package is made the exact same way. It really is. The only difference is the warranty. Yeah, the only difference is the warranty. Okay? I would like to see you get the platinum because I know the benefits of it. However, with that being said, the same crew's gonna put this one on. I'm gonna use the same underlinement. I'm gonna take care of it. You're not gonna have to worry about it for the next 20 years anyway. If they're already heeing and hawing and they're right there, you're gonna close them on that just with that line. Even if they go, okay, take that, you can still go, you sure you want the platinum? It's amazing what you can do when you have somebody paying attention to you, right?
Of course.
I mean, when you really get somebody's attention, when you're really knowledgeable, and they're into it, and especially then you're really fucking golden.
20%.
You know how it goes when you sit down at a lead, and you got a good customer. It's great, man.
Oh, fuck yeah.
You got a shitty customer, you're like, I hate Dave. I hate that motherfucker. Why'd you give me this shit fucking lead?
It's all
And he's
Dave's
giggling. He's like, asshole, I knew you were gonna get that. Stupid
Dumbass,
motherfucker.
you actually went into
Wear a
that?
hoodie to my meeting again, bitch.
That's fucking true, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Um,
Yeah, come on, Dave.
So, here's some other things. This is a good one. I don't know if you use this or not, but when I'm doing my closings, if somebody's, well, I already told you you're my first or you're my second or whatever, I'm getting more leads. Oh, okay, cool. Especially now, I use this on my first a lot, and I don't know if you use it or not. Do you use the percentages? Alright, so it works like this. And it's a good one. It's another trick to have up your sleeve for closings. Because closing can take you hours. Love the one you're with, and don't be afraid to throw everything at them. Just make sure you do it with enough charisma and finesse and care that customer doesn't mind you sitting there.
Of course.
Okay? They said if they do, now you become annoying. And if you become annoying, they're never going to buy from you. There's a very fine line. If I find myself in a position where I know I am not wanted, I fucking leave. I do. Now, Dave's going to say, I should never say that, but I don't care because there is a point that you cross that you can't get it done. All right? Now, with that being said, it should take you hours to reach that point. If you're like, oh, the 10 minutes I knew I was there. I'm like, no, man, come on. He just needs a little more love tap.
Yeah.
All right. So if I'm like, yeah, how's this price sound? And you say to me,
Too much.
too much. Oh, okay. Well, I wanted to say something else. Sorry.
Which one?
Anyway, you're supposed to say this is one they use when they say you're my first person.
Alright.
Okay. So I can say, all right, no problem. Hey, if you got a couple of more minutes real quick, would you mind if I showed you just some statistics about a couple of things? It's pretty interesting. Good, perfect. So let's just pretend that I am the first person inside of your house, okay? What do you think the chances of me closing you are if I'm the first person in here?
Slim me down.
0. Yeah, really good. Yeah, it's not good at all. If I'm the second person in your house, what do you think the chances are?
50%.
That's pretty close, 30. You can make up these numbers, by the way.
Right.
If I'm the third person in your house, guess what the chances are?
65.
Really close, 75%. Guess what happens if I'm number 4, David?
You're
Oh,
close
my
on
God.
that.
Oh no, I'm back to 0. You know what? Don't feel bad. Everybody gets that wrong. You know why you're back to 0 at 4? You can have it, David. Do you know why you're back to 0 at 4?
Why?
Dave, you're
Because,
probably asleep, man.
because,
Thank you. Bam. Why?
because this third guy was better.
No, the third guy's 75%. Look at 0, 30, 75, 0. Do you know
Yeah.
why I'm back to 0 at 4?
Why?
Because you are now a tire kicker that's not going to buy from anybody.
I love it.
Did you know that?
For real?
So, let me explain to you how this works because I
You
know
tell
you.
them that?
Okay.
Absolutely.
But it depends how you say it. Because you're a stupid fucking tire kicker. Well, it's
Yeah.
not going to work. And do you know why, you stupid piece of shit? Go make me some fucking coffee.
No, you're not. You're not getting the sale.
But if I can say the same line, and do you know what? Right? It's all about how we speak to people. So anyway,
Tonality is key.
yeah, man.
Yeah, 100%.
Or you don't have, if you don't want to offend them, just in general. I mean, if I got a laughing customer, I'm gonna have fun with them. But if they're not laughing, if they're like, you know,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be like, and do you know why most people at 4? Sir? Yeah, because most people at that point are really just tire kickers. So let me explain to you the differences though real quick, okay? Here's a problem that I have with tire kickers. Prices change constantly. So if you get all these prices and you wait another year or 2 to do it, and then you're like, well, I have all these prices, who can beat with my lowest one? Nobody really can, the prices are gonna go up. Okay, so this is a problem. It's a problem for everybody, including yourself. Now, do you know why 0, say, the first time, do you know why it's 0 people? Because we're already programmed in our head to get multiple bids, right? So our whole life we've been told that you have to get multiple bids, you have to do it the right way, there's a system to it, yada, 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 yada.
Gotta get through.
Sure, whatever. And let's not gonna appreciate that. Now, if I'm a salesman and I come into your house and I'm the first one and I know I can't ever close a deal, am I ever gonna be the first one in somebody's house again? Of course not. I have to try, right? Now, if I'm the second person here and I am 30%, do you know why 30% of the second times get bought?
Because you already have knowledge of.
Because you have a little bit of knowledge and you had a good sales guy that came in afterwards, or they beat the price by a little bit. Okay? Now, third person over here, do you know why that 75% of the time the third person closes?
Because you have 2 things to compare it to.
This is why. The wife usually looks at the husband by this time and says, I don't want to listen to any more of these assholes talk. Just sign the damn contract. So, guess what I would like to be? I'm sorry, guess what most contractors would like to be?
The third.
The third guy. I got 2 prices to compete against, I can do whatever. Guess what I like to be, Dave?
First,
I like to be the first. You know why I like to be the first?
because you're knowledgeable.
Because I'm knowledgeable and I'm already going to set the bar and I'm going to set it high. All right? I don't care about what the statistics say. You know why I don't care what the statistics say? Because I know that most people are just like me when it comes to purchasing. Let me guess. You're going to tell me you want quality, but when it comes down to price, it's going to be a factor. Right? You know how I know that?
Because you're the same as
Because
me.
I'm saying it's you. So, David, I have customers, I've been doing this a long time, man. I got a great company. I do. I have customers that look at me and say, Levi, would you buy off the first guy? And this is my answer every time. I am grateful and thankful if I can buy off the first guy. I don't want to sit through 10 presentations. I don't want 10 strangers coming inside of my house. I don't know where these people came from. If I am lucky enough to have a great reputable contractor come into my house for the first time, not to mention a phenomenal sales guy that comes along with it, with great reviews everywhere, and I know I can take advantage of tremendous savings because now, number one, I know I have to do it cheaper than everybody else. Because I got 3 or 4 other people that come after me, and they're all gonna try to beat my price. So if I know I've got a smart, good sales guy from a great company coming in, and they're the first one in there, man, honestly, I feel pretty blessed because I'm going to tell you some horror stories. All right? Remember all this shit because it works. But it only works if you can give them reasoning. And now I can go into horror stories.
Yep.
Now I'm going to tell you a horror story. All right? Do you know why I'm going to tell you a horror story?
That's scary.
Because I want to scare the shit out of you now, David. All right? This is me pitching. This is Levi in somebody's house. As soon as I'm done saying all that bullshit and I know I have their attention, I'm going to go, I am grateful and I am thankful. You know why? Because I
Jeff
also
Bezos.
have to hire contractors. I also have to hire car salesmen. And I have also lost. And I don't like that, and I don't want to deal with it. Let me tell you a horror story about the carpet guys. All right? This is a true story.
The 8x5 for my guys.
Yep, it's a true story. Fucking furious. True story. So, you know, David, I have a large roofing company. I have a lot of friends in the trades. I have people that can even do my own floors that work for me at this point. You know, if you were using this, you would just say, yeah, you just say the same thing I did. The only difference is you work there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. I work for a great company and.
Doesn't matter. Yeah, there you go.
Exactly.
I get discounts, everything. I do whatever the fuck. I know everybody. Doesn't matter because you're the man,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So, this is my story. True story. I was living over on Bayfield. I was living off of Hall Road. This was 3 years ago. I bought a house that needed a whole bunch of work. So, I started calling a couple of my buddies because I needed to get floors on. It was a lot of floors. And everybody was really, really busy at the time. And I felt bad taking advantage of my friends. So I didn't use them. So my one buddy though, he referred me to the carpet guys. Now I've seen their advertisement and everything else, and they were a bigger company. They were newer, but they were bigger. But my friend vouched for them, you know. So carpet guys came out. My sales guy's name was Kevin. Kevin came out. He said, Levi, it's $17,000 to do your floors. Okay. Now I didn't want to pay $17,000. I didn't. I wanted to have a bunch of price breaks. However, I'm in sales, and I also understand how this whole thing works. Actually, it was like $18,000, whatever it was. Anyway, I said, hey, man, what's best you can do for me today? He said, I can do it for $17,000. I said, hey, Kevin, you have to make sure that my house is good. Okay? He said, Levi, you got it. I said, a lot of money in this house, no money down. And I didn't get any other bids. He's like, you got it. I felt good about it, David. You know, my company referred the company. So, while they started doing my floors, I just had my whole house painted, and I bought a house from 1979. It's an old Italian home. So there's all this fancy trim and everything. I didn't want it, right? It's an old mobster boss's house, actually. Right?
And I'm clear.
So I wanted it done. Yeah. So I wanted it done the right way.
I ain't leaving. Hold on.
I remember.
Fall down.
That's the whole thing. That's like the